Okay, well, I am in my hotel on the German-Belgian border, just south of Aachen. Got some big plans for today, but woke up, opened my window, and this is what I hear outside. So they're calling for 25-mile-an-hour winds with gusts up to 55 miles an hour. So we'll see how it goes today. We're here, so we're gonna go no matter what. In 1933, Hitler was appointed as the Chancellor of Germany. And once he assumed power, immediately began taking steps to try and undo all of the things that had been done after World War I with the Treaty of Versailles, which included a demilitarization of the Rhineland, which is on Germany's western border. So he's appointed in 1933. In 1936, he sent troops in to demilitarize the Rhineland and immediately started work building this right here. This is the Siegfried Line, or what the Germans called the Western Wall. So we're going to kind of go along through here and explore some of these German defenses from World War II. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and kind of dive right in here. Oh, wow. Look at that. How cool. So these little concrete structures are called dragon's teeth. And they were designed to block tanks. And as you can see, so right out in here, this is to the west, so that's pointing towards Belgium. And if you'll notice, the way that they built these dragon's teeth is they got increasingly larger. So here's one. Oh, this is less than waist high on me. And then this one is a little bit bigger. And then all the way to this one right here. Oh my gosh, this is so stinking cool. Whoa, and it is thicker than heck in here. About to fall down. Just kind of go through here. Some people left their dang trash. Wow. So right here you can see a little bit of the internal framework of these dragon's teeth. So they would pour this concrete over this steel reinforcement. And man, that had to be one heck of a construction project, especially in the amount of time that they did it. Wow. Okay, so, oh man, this has really gotten thick and nasty in here. But I've always wanted to see some of these defenses. We're gonna go to a different part of the wall now. One that might be a little bit more open. I looked at it on some aerial maps, but these zigzagged all the way down the border in different spots where there were some weak points in the German line. And man, that wind is just whipping. Holy smokes. All right, so we're gonna jump back in the car and go look at a different part of the dragon's teeth. All right, before I go on to the next, oh my gosh, this wind. Anyway, Okay, before I go on to the next spot, I wanted to show something. If you look at the base of these dragon's teeth, there's the jungle that I just came out of. But if you look at the base of these dragon's teeth, you can see there's a foundation about 1 to 2 meters thick that they lie under or on top of. So if an Allied tank would have been coming from this direction right here and heading towards the dragon's teeth, he couldn't just go through and push those concrete pyramids over. So you can kind of see those in there right now. All of those dragon's teeth are attached to that foundation below the surface, which kind of reinforces them and makes the whole structure stronger. Oh my gosh, the wind is absolutely killing me. Look at that. So here you can see the corner of the German bunker. Pretty cool. Now, with the dragon's teeth, the way that the Germans designed this was to have it to where they would have these bunkers spaced just far enough apart. There's another piece of it right there. Spaced just far enough apart to where a machine gun could cover a section of the dragon's teeth, to where they could get interlocking fields of fire. That way they could defend against anybody coming in on from the west. Oh man, I think it's starting to sleep on my head now. This is crazy. Okay, so this is from behind that bunker that I just showed you. And you can see it's got a commanding view up here on top of this hill. And it's overlooking right over there, and that tree line right there was where some of the dragon teeth were. There's my wife sneaking in the shot. Okay, well, I went to a different section, and obviously this is a little bit more open. And man, look at that. Pretty amazing to be walking through this. A lot of history here. Now, whenever the U.S. Army ended up encountering these dragon's teeth, initially, they'd try and shoot it with artillery round from a tank. That didn't work. And then they put the engineers to work blowing them up, but that proved to be a little bit more time consuming than what was necessary, or what they had anyway. So what they ended up doing is, obviously the Germans would have to be able to get through these things themselves. So they created gaps where they had these big, I think like iron doors. Well, those are the points that the US ended up focusing on. Another thing that I've heard that they did was they would just get a tractor and bury these things and then just drive right over them. Holy smokes. I said that the wind was bad, and that looks just pretty darn fresh. I'll bet you that happened just last night or this morning, because man, that wind is moving. Dang. Okay, well that was a section of the Siegfried Line, the Dragon's Teeth, right here just to the south of Aachen on a very windy day. Pretty amazing to be here and be able to walk amongst these places. Very cool. All right, well, we're off to the next spot. Somebody tell me, who is the soulless wretch that came up with the device that makes you pay to get into the bathroom? That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.